Hello YouTube, my name's Jerkinos, and today I want to do a small video about what happened at the Dragon Ball Super ARG in San Jose between Danny Hype and William M. I'm not gonna pronounce that last name, dude. I'm not gonna butcher it, so out of respect, I'm just gonna call you William or William N. This video, or clips of the video I'm gonna be showing you, come from the stream that Kitchen Table Meta has done with commentating from Dusty O'Brien and George Machado. This is a almost 8-hour stream video. We're going to be only parts of clips from the 4-hour mark and so forth. And I just wanted you to all see that a lot of people have different opinions of what actually happened. And I'm here to set the record straight and also give my opinion at the end of the video. So what's happened was there was a controversy with the 7-drop Xeno and what it does. And we know, and just to clarify what it does, is simply put, when Xeno is played, you take all your battle cards or cards in your battle area and your hand, shuffle in your deck, and draw 5 new cards. You don't touch your drop zone, you don't drop your warp, you don't touch your energies. Everything else stays. It's a semi-fiber jar in a sense, a semi-reset, but it can do some cool things either way. For it can give advantages to either player at that point. But either way, there was a problem, and I'm going to show you the start of it right now and give a little talk. So here it is. So as you can see, Danny played it, and William's now picking up all his stuff. Normal thing, nothing that looks wrong. William has a question about that. He's like, yeah, that goes back in the deck too, etc., etc. And at this point, right there, you can clearly see that William picked up his energy and the judge is now interfering. Now, people believe that this interference, the judge was telling William, no, 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 you can still win, don't scoop. I don't see a scooping here. I really think he just made an honest mistake. Again, people thought that this is now in a irreparable state, but if you can continue to see, all he picked up was his energy. His life isn't touched. His deck hasn't been touched. The only thing that he picked up was his battle cards, his hand, and of course his energy, which is a huge mistake. Now, I don't think this is a game loss mistake. Even I believed he also picked up his deck and picked up his life, but you can clearly see right here, he didn't do any of that. And now there's another hand, which I'm guessing is another judge. So there's at least a head judge plus another judge trying to figure this out. And they're going to continue to figure out what was on the field and what was energy, and so on and so forth. So that's one thing that I feel that should be noted, that yes, he made a mistake, and he should get a game warning, which I'm assuming he did. But he definitely didn't do anything that would consider him a game loss after reviewing this footage. And I'm going to continue letting it go here right now. You can see there's nothing touching the life. You can clearly see he has 3 life still under Frieza. You can clearly see his deck is where that one arm is pulling cards out next to his drop area. Apologize for the freezing of the stream, but it's doing that. But he's trying to distinguish between one and the other. But he hasn't touched his deck and he hasn't touched his life, which would be 2 irreparable things. Alright, so they fixed it. Alright, so they're talking. They're now going to confirm everything. And I'm going to pause it right here so we can... I'm going to get to the next part after this was done. Okay, so while I'm doing this, just that's the thing I just want people to understand, that he didn't do, he screwed up, he messed up, and he should definitely get a game warning, because it definitely changes the game state. And that's definitely something that you should get a warning for. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I fast forward a little bit, a few minutes, and we're at the point where they got their cards back. So as you can see here, they drew their cards again. Um, Danny, it was still Danny's turn technically, so Danny, attacked. He did everything. So now you can see William has 2 life left, which is the precursor to the next mistake that's going to happen. So let's get to the next part here. And everything seems to be fine. Cut for the deck. And he untaps his land. Okay, now we're back to William, and he untaps his. So now he draws a card. I can't really see what it is. It doesn't really matter. But he has a full hand. Now the second mistake he's going to be doing was going to be coming up in a few moments. So let's see that card. All right, he puts his bad ring laser down. Decides to attack. Again, normal thing. Draws his card. So everything's fine again. Nothing has changed. And then he plays 1 for Planet Vegeta. Searches. And from that search he gets I think he grabs a Great Ape. That's what it was. And I think it was the Bardock TP3 promo. Let's see here. Yeah, so from Planet Vegeta, he gained the TP3 promo. Okay, so right off the bat, we're still good. Nothing's wrong. He still has his game warning, hopefully, from his mistake. There's nothing wrong. He's doing okay. So now he has 5 energy. Now, here's the first mistake. He doesn't tap energy for Great Ape. Second mistake. He doesn't tap energy for Bad Ring Laser. And Danny lets it slide for a moment until he says something. And then he takes the 1 card and taps 3, which indicates that basically from this point, this indicates that he's using Frieza's ability on the Great Ape, on the March of the Great Ape, and just because he only has 1 card in his life left, playing Bad Ring Laser for 1. But you'll see also here, he didn't drop anything for Bad Ring Laser. Oh, there it is. Okay, so good, he did that. Now, this is still a problem in my mind because he still made a mistake that should have cost him the game at this point. Now, why is that? He played a card and then immediately played another one without invoking Frieza's ability, which means he skipped the window in time. Now, this is a technicality. I know someone's going to say, but he still has the right to choose. Yes, he does have the right to choose, but in doing so, he also gauges his opponent's responses. And in a way, if you don't tap your energy, you don't pay for what you're supposed to be doing, you're technically, in a way, let's say you had $100 and you spend 60 of it, and then you spend 30 of it, and then since the $90 didn't come out of your account or you're off your gift card or whatever, you decide, oh, I still have $100, I'll play this. It allows him to think that he has more than he really does, and it could get more information out of Danny. If I was Danny, I would have definitely called the judge again and said he played March, and then he played Bad Ring Laser, and he didn't dictate which of the cards is going to be using Frieza's ability. And it's not like he can use it more than once because he only had 2 life left. So he had to choose one. In my opinion, if you play a card and immediately play another card without paying the cost of the first card, you skip the window to use a special ability with Frieza. And that's what I see here. I think in Danny's position, he should have called the judge over and told him it's a game loss. That's my opinion, if I was cruel. I think the most fairest way to handle this, because William skipped out on using Mecha Freeze's ability the first time, he should have had to tap 4, and then got the free one with the bad ring laser, which, again, he'd still be at the same life, but he would have spent 4 energy instead of 3 energy to do the exact same thing. I think that's the fairest way to do it. Because in the end, it doesn't really change the game state too much. It gives him 1 less energy. But like I said, if it was me, I would go over the fact that he has a game warning already, and in most trading card games, I've been playing since Magic's inception, that gives you my age, if you get a second game warning, it's not a 1, 2, 3 strikes. Usually it's game warning, okay, you screwed up again, game loss. Sorry, you're done. The judge can be nice, saying, listen, we can work this out, and you'll get, this is your final game warning, 3rd time's a charm, and you're out. He could have done that too. But the other controversy that came up with William, as he was actually scooping, and the judge interfered. I don't know if the judge interfered or not. I can't really say because I don't have information about that. But in the beginning of this video, you saw that he was taking up the energy. It looks like he was actually scooping his hand and declaring that he's conceding. Now, again, if I was Danny, I would have asked him, are you conceding because you're picking up your energy? Now, if William said, no, I'm not doing that, what do you mean? And he made the mistake, honest mistake. Especially if that was the first time he's played against Zeno, or he doesn't play it enough that he remembers what Zeno exactly does. I know for sure I didn't until this video, I forgot what Zeno does. But since this video now, I know exactly what Zeno does. And that's where I feel that there's a problem here. Because this isn't the first time Danny played Zeno in this game alone. He actually played Zeno earlier, and William actually did it correctly. He knew exactly what to pick up and what to shuffle back in his deck and draw 5 cards. So he knew how to do it the first time. It's again in the same game, not in game 1 or game 2. In the same game, I'm gonna put a link to this Twitch video in the description, and you can watch it yourself. The second game for top 8 right here is a little bit before the 4-hour mark. So just go a few minutes before the 4-hour mark and you'll find it. But he knows what to do the first time, and then he screws up the second time. Again, it is a fine line and circumstantial. He could have just made an honest mistake, and I'll give him that, because we really can't prove one or the other. However, based on how he did March of the Great Ape, and then Bad Ring Laser, and not using Frieza's ability the first time, because if Danny called him out on his energy usage, I would have been like, no, you can't use Frieza's ability for March right now. You skipped that when you played Bad Ring Laser without paying energy again. And if he says I have the right to choose, I'd call the judge over to get a ruling on that one. And if you're a judge watching this video and you want to give a ruling, put a ruling in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. Any judges, if you are a level 1, level 2 judge, please put in the comments below and tell me how you'd rule this. Personally, for me, if I was a judge and I was in a good mood, I would tell William that he screwed up on the window timing for Frieza's ability, and he wouldn't have it for March, and he has to pay the 4. And if he wants to, he can still pay. He can use Frieza's ability for Bad Ring Laser, because that was the last thing used, and nothing else was done afterwards. Again, it's because a sequence of events happens. He plays March without paying energy, which is again against the rules, and he pays Bad Ring Laser without energy, again, which is again against the rules. So to be fair to both players, so people can still play, I would tell William, you have to tap 4 or take the game loss. That's what I tell him. Like, that's your choices right now, because you put yourself in this situation. Again, I don't really fully believe he didn't know what he was doing when it came to Zeno, the second time around because he was Xeno'd before and did it correctly. So again, formulate your own opinion there. And again, if there is a judge watching this, please comment below. Tell me what you would do. Tell me how you feel about it after seeing this video. Whether you were there at San Jose and what you thought about it. Please comment below. I would love to hear. So if we continue play, he goes on and he brings out his just one ape. Okay, I forgot if it was one or two, but he brings out one ape, draws his 2 cards, and I guess he was explaining to Danny what happened at this point, that how he paid for everything and what do you do. But again, if I was Danny, I would tell him, no, that's not fair. You know, you have to pay when you play it, not pay, you know, after the fact, especially if you play multiple cards. Because again, Frieza, I mean, it's a rotted, you know, on May 1st, but Frieza has such a great advantage as of right now because it's not May 1st yet; it's still April. And you know, it changes the game state. It changes your ability to do stuff, and you know, brings that card to his hand with Shugesh and King Vegeta's ability. Is he gonna play it now? Yes, but see, now if he would do it the way I would rule, he wouldn't have any energy open, which means he wouldn't be able to get a great ape if he does from this, and he didn't. But if he has another great ape, he would not. He would just play it now. But it also leaves one open for a counter card. So he plays that. He's gonna play another King Vegeta. No, he's playing. Yeah, he's going all out right now. Yay, Marines. Okay, so that was weird. Sorry about that. It was an advertisement. I'm gonna edit that out if I. Whatever. But yeah, he went all out, and I'm assuming he would have put down more if he had another energy, if he could. Now, I'm not saying that William definitely should have lost here, because technically, you know, this now made it 1-1 and yada yada. And Danny unfortunately lost, and William got to play, you know, top 4 and top 2, which William then got second place. And again, congratulations to him that he got there. But this is one of those things where we really need to buckle down on players, because I know for a fact if this happened in Magic, and the reason why I know this for a fact because I've been there, I've had friends go through this, I've judged myself, and I've done these calls. Or I've even been told by head judges, give him the game loss. You know, they would tell me that. So from my experience, Williams should have gotten a game loss, because not because he screwed up with Xeno, but because he screwed up with not only with Xeno, but he screwed up with his Great Ape, March of the Ape, excuse me, and with Bad Ring Laser not paying the cost at the right appropriate time. Because let me just tell you this: if you saw in the video. And again, I'm going to put the link in the description so you can watch it yourself. You can see that he plays March and goes and looks in his hand. He doesn't play March and immediately taps 2 and take 1 from Frieza, or take 1 from Frieza and tap 2. He immediately does the effect of March. Skipping your energy cost is against the rules, of course. But it can be rectified as long as nothing more happens. Well, Danny plays, of course, Crusher Ball. However, when Danny plays Crusher Ball, William doesn't go, oh, okay, let me pay for this first to see what I have open, and then I'll play the Bad Ring Laser in response to Crusher Ball. If he did that, even though he's kind of screwed up and forgot to pay originally, at least he would have rectified the pay, play a Bad Ring Laser, and then nothing would have. Then that's it. It would have been fine. And I would never think he would need a game loss after that point. But I believe the fact that he knew what Xeno does the first time in that second game, Looks like he's scooping, but then says, no, 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 I just made a mistake. Okay. Again, that's circumstantial, so we'll let that one go. But it's still a game warning. And then he screws up on payment, which of course screws up the opponent and gives an advantage to William. That's the problem. And I think in the end, if I was there, I probably would have discussed a game loss or given him at least a warning and made him tap 4 for his March of the Great Ape. Because he did skip when he should have used Mecha Freeze's ability. He wasn't paying. And again, if you look at the stream, he wasn't paying. He was actually looking for the cards to play out first in his hand. And that's illegal. So that's my opinion on it. I think he should have gotten a game warning. Overall, I think he should have gotten a game warning, tapped 4 for March of the Great Ape, and of course, if he wanted to do for free, Bad Ring Laser. And if that would be the fairest way, I think a little bit. I think based on the fact that he should have gotten a game warning for the Xeno problem, this should have been also a game loss to him for skipping out on paying his cost. And again, in the comments, the commentary, Dusty and George, they both talk about it. They say that, like, don't forget to pay this, don't forget to pay this. But they don't say, like, he forgot to pay and then did something else and forgot to pay again. They just say, just don't forget to pay. No. Don't forget to pay, and also don't forget to pay and not play something else afterwards. Because if you play a card, forget to pay the energy, and then play another card and forget to pay that energy, it's up in the air of how it's going to be done. And of course, William can see his problem and go, well, I'm going to make it better on me right now and not, give me the advantage, which is what he did. And it's an unfair advantage, and I feel like he should have either gotten the Great Ape one full payment of 4 energy, or he should have gotten the game loss. That's how I feel about it. So give me your opinions. Watch the video yourself, and I can do more commentary on these type of videos if you feel like it. I can always give my opinions on these games, because trading card games is one of my passions in life. Again, I've been playing since Alpha Beta Magic, so I've been playing these types of games for a very long time. I've won, I've lost. It's heartbreaking. It's fun, exciting, all at the same time. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe and the notification bell so you can make sure you catch up on any new videos I post. If you didn't like this video, again, that's your choice. That was your problem there. You clicked on it. Live with your choices. Just like William. He should have lived with his choices. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Questions, comments, concerns, please put them in the comments below. If any judges are listening and have watched this and hear what I have to say, I'd love to hear your opinions. I mean, honestly, there's no real wrong answer here. These type of games are always ever evolving and having a good time, and just things just pop up, things change. Things could be one way, last week, and they could be different next month, yada yada. Who cares? So, but give me your opinions. I want to hear them, especially from judges. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, guys, until the next video, see ya.